World Rugby welcomes you again to the Racecourse Stadium here in Rosario for more action on the second day of competition in this year's Under-20s Championship. Coming up is the game between reigning champions France and fellow Six Nations representatives Wales, also winners on day one here in Argentina. The capacity crowd certainly got their money's worth on the opening day of the tournament and were treated to a feast of entertaining rugby from the future stars of the game. So, to remind ourselves of the tournament format, the 12 competing teams are divided into 3 pools of 4 based on rankings from the 2018 edition. Pool A, topped by reigning champions France, who pulled away from World Rugby Under-20 trophy winners Fiji in the second half, so claimed a bonus point. Whilst today's opponents Wales put on a disciplined performance that penalised Argentina's indiscretions. Australia were ruthless in dismantling Italy based on patience and a rock-solid defence. Six Nations Grand Slammers Ireland also claimed a bonus point to send England away empty-handed, and earlier today in Santa Fe, Australia came with a late run to defeat 14-man Ireland. In Pool C, well, New Zealand and South Africa, previous winners of the championship, won what looked on the surface like comfortable victories, but both were pushed all the way by Georgia and Scotland. And again here today in Rosario, South Africa, well, they were pushed all the way by a passionate Georgia side before going down by 48 points to 20. So good crowd here once again at the Racecourse Stadium, a very knowledgeable crowd. Of course, they were here on Tuesday to witness a passionate Argentine side who battled all the way against Wales. But it's France against Wales up here next, the game in Pool A of this year's World Rugby Under-20s Championship. So joining me, and I'm delighted to have him, Leo Senatori, former, he tells me he's a former Argentine grade 50 test. Leo, it's great to have you here. How are you looking forward to this match?
Bienvenido, Win. Welcome you and everyone to Rosario. It's an honor to receive the World Rugby Championship Under-20s. As you said, it's the tournament of the future stars of international rugby. So we are very excited to see 2 great teams, Wales and France, to see what they have to offer to us.
This is what France have to offer. They retained just 3 players from the starting 15 against Fiji on day one. Hat-trick hero Jordan Joseph, Antoine Zegda, who moves from 13 to 12 to make room for squad captain Arthur Vanson, and Donovan Taufifenwa, who moves from fullback to wing. 2018 top point scorer Louis Carbonell starts at outside half. Well, Wales amid 6 changes, 1 positional from their win over Argentina. Ed Scragg and Iestyn Rhys come into the forwards. Tian Thomas Wheeler steps in to accommodate Max Llewellyn at centre with Tommy Lewis on the wing. David Buckland takes over from Harry Morgan, who was due to start on the bench but has had to pull out through illness. So those are the 2 teams and the replacements. Well, teams can select from the full squad of 28 with numbers 16 to 18 ring-fenced in the interest of health and safety. Coaches can select any 5 of the remaining 10 players to a maximum of 8 off the bench, including the front row cover. Well, Wales withstood a furious French onslaught away in Britain in the opening Under-20s match at the Six Nations back in February, but they were still in the game for over an hour, and a much improved Welsh side, as they were against Argentina on day one, will again have to be on their defensive best to quell the threat of the reigning world champions, led by centre Arthur Vanson. But they have in their ranks today 3 players who've progressed rapidly from the Under-18s side this year. Paul Mallet at tight head prop, Gauthier Marava at number 4, and Matthias Haddad, who's a prolific try scorer in the Under-18 setup. And look at the size of these guys, Leo.
Yes, I think France have a very good side. They came with a championship under the arms. Also, they got a good results against a combative team from Fiji, where the result is not what the match was.
Yeah.
I think they will try to show a better performance today.
Good. Let's pause there for the respective national anthems, La Marseillaise and Land of My Fathers. Let me in.
Escuchamos ahora el himno de Gales.
Build up to this match, and Leo, you've had a look at the teams, and what about this French side initially? Quite a few of these players did not play the other day. How is that going to impact on the opening quarter of an hour, 20 minutes?
I think that's why they made so many changes in the team. They are looking a better performance from the French side, and Wales comes from a good winning, a very disputed game against Argentina, the home team, and today they can ensure the qualification if they win.
That's the voice there of Leo Senatore, former Argentinian back row forward, 50 tests, joining me in commentary here. Those are the replacements, and the Wales already hit by injuries to Harry Morgan and Leonard Gaines in particular. Well, we have one of the best in the business taking charge of this match, carrying the whistle from South Africa, Cape Town, Cape Province, is the affable Rasta Rasavenge. Everyone ready for what promises to be an all-important, crucial clash between France and Wales, waiting for the clock to run down to 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Rosario. It's a wonderful day, great atmosphere, and a gentle breeze perhaps, but not favouring any team in particular. The temperatures, well, they're nudging the low 20s. The pitch in pristine condition, as you'd expect, of course, of a newly laid fourth generation pitch, artificial surface. France then to kick off into the sun against Wales, who won a hard-fought match against the hosts Argentina on the opening day. Looked very, very disciplined. And Fiji, they asked questions of France, but then there was a totally different French side. No less than the 12 changes to the starting lineup for Les Bluettes, as they are known. And it's first possession then going France's way from that kick by Kai Evans. This is the centre, Antoine Zegda, who's moved in one position to accommodate the captain, Arthur Vanson. But immediately you can see the size of Zegda. Stands at 198 metres tall, the French number 12. So this line out.
No, get on the mark.
Inside the Welsh 10-metre line, 3 at the front, 2 at the back. And was Jack Morgan at scrum half. The Wales number 8, ball tucked under the arm of the captain, Dewi Lake, from the Ospreys region. One of 4 players in this side that's signed professional contracts in recent days. David Buckland, he's the replacement at scrum half, and it's good to see him commanding proceedings right from the outset here. Tough ask to follow, taking place of Harry Morgan, who starred in that victory over Argentina on Tuesday. Plants that right foot, hoists the high one, a testing kick. Good chasing by Tommy Lewis, but it's claimed by Donovan Taofi-Fenwa for France. It's going to be a huge clash in midfield between the 2 big centres for Wales, and likewise for France as well. Rain Barca, he's the hooker for France from the section Paloise, the Pau club.
Lay on, off the face.
Ball came off the face there of Wales tight end prop Ben Warren. The opening minutes, these opening 15-20 minutes are going to be a tester. But Wales, most of these players have 1 game in the legs, so they will be conditioned. Kai Evans, great pass into midfield, looking to bring Johan Davis, the fullback, onto the ball, and we'll see that, Leo. You'll see Johan Davis, that fullback. He'll want to come into the line-out. He'll join up with his centres. As to no one in particular, Tian Thomas Wheeler has to recover for Wales. He's done well just outside his own 10-metre line. Mr. Rasavenga is there. He's been looking at the videos yesterday and the day before. He was telling me. Referees, of course, are scrutinised as much as the players, the future stars of rugby, on show here in Rosario. Argentina hosting the tournament for the 2nd time. Another high testing kick into the sun, taken well there by Taofi-Fenwa. Started at fullback in the opening match against Fiji and scored an early score as early as the 2nd minute. That's Tommy Reffel, last year's captain, going in, looking for turnover ball. Good defence from Wales early on here. Wrapping the ball carrier up in the tackle. Carbonell now then. France could well have a space here on the wide outside. That's Vincent Pinto. He scored one of France's 4 tries against Wales in the Six Nations tournament back in February. A promising start to this match. No quarter asked, Leo, and no quarter given either.
Yes, we are watching. I think we are seeing clear strategies of the 2 teams. Wales is trying to have a clean exit with a lot of pressure after the kicks, and some shifted ball from France to see if they can break the line on the edge.
Good take by Reffel at the back for Wales, and again it's Kai Evans setting things up for Tian Thomas Wheeler at centre. Surely there has to be a score here. Out it goes, Johan Davis. Tommy Lewis for the corner.
Hermoso. Increíble.
Great try for Wales, started by Kai Evans. Finished in style by the flyer, Tommy Lewis. Gets Wales onto the score sheet. 4 minutes on the clock.
I was happy over the try stand.
Try stands at Rasavenga.
It was a very, very good attack from Wales. They did a great work at the line out with a quality ball for the backs, and an amazing work from the number 12, Tian Thomas Wheeler. I think the break line, the line break that he made makes everything possible for Wales, and a good finish of the outside backs for the great try of Wales.
Well, I was asking the question, wasn't I? Wales have 1 game in their legs. Most of these French players do not. So Wales need to run at the French in the opening minutes.
Yes, we were talking about that. They need to have a very good start. They have to be very accurate in the first minute of the game.
Here's a young man who was pretty accurate in the opening match against Argentina. 20 points to his name. Just shoves that one wide of the upright, but Wales strike first blood, and they lead the world champions France here by 5-0. And this is how the try came about.
Yes. Very good shapes from Wales, and a good finish of the outside backs makes the difference.
Tian Thomas-Wheeler and Max Llewellyn combining in midfield to send Tommy Lewis away then for the opening score here in Rosario. Let's see how France respond. This is Jordan Joseph, the man of the tournament 12 months ago, scored a hat-trick in the opening match against Fiji. A little rustiness in the French camp.
Relax.
You can see the importance of the kicking game, and you can see the error of France. That's allowed to Wales to a clear attack with the line out.
Just 35-20 in France's favour in Vannes back in February in the Six Nations, and ironically it was in Vannes that Wales got their best ever result in this championship. They were defeated in the final by England. It's there for Buckland. Kick meant over the top. Iestyn Rhys, he came on after about 20 minutes of the first half for Wales against Argentina, and has kept the shirts. Wales are a man down.
Strip is good. Lost feet, Jack. Lost feet.
France a lob pass into midfield to no one in particular. It's claimed by Arthur Vincent, the captain. Advantage France. Wales coming in at the side. They're a man down on the far side of the field, and that's Ryan Conbier, the fleet-footed wing three-quarter by the looks of things. Carbonell asking questions. Lost forward by France, so they'll come back for the original penalty.
Offside, number 12.
Number 12 says Rasta Rasavenga. That's Tian Thomas-Wheeler, offside.
Yeah, I've got it. Time off, please. Time off.
Well, they're calling for some attention for Ryan Conbier and the Fars. That's another blow for Wales if they're going to lose another of their star players.
Yeah, I can see an individual effort of the French players more than a team effort from Wales. I think it's important to see how Wales knows to do, or they know what they are going to do, and France seems to be lost on the game.
Just a recap there of the injury to Ryan Conbier. He's taking a bang on the knee, the ankle perhaps is stretching. That's promising. No sign as yet of a replacement coming on for Wales. So Conbier gingerly back onto his feet, just testing that leg of his. I think he might continue. Yeah, looks good. Conbier then trots back
time back on
to his own 22. Carbonell kicks for the near touchline, and the first opportunity, a real opportunity for France. And here's the try again. Tian Thomas-Wheeler, all the time in the world, linking up with Max Llewellyn. Ewan Davis unselfishly offloads to Tommy Lewis, and he's a great finisher given space. France 8 meters out from the Wales try line. How will they cope with this driving maul of France? They get in amongst the Les Bluettes. Look at Tommy Reffel, the number 7. Tremendous work there by the Welsh, and they can well applaud one another. And as a back row forward yourself, Leo, I can see you shaking your head here.
Yes, I think it's a very good work from the forwards of Wales. When you are in that situation, it's crucial to be effective. I'm talking about France now, and it's a great motivation for Wales to get out of that situation without any points.
Well, you don't want to build pressure on any of these players, but already young Tommy Reffel has been compared with a young Sam Warburton. But he's not a second Sam Warburton, he's the first Tommy Reffel. Plays for the Leicester Tigers in the English Premiership. Wales number 7.
Bind.
Last man down, that's Jack Morgan.
Both packs. Both of us. Remember, on bind, we need stability. On bind, we need stability. Both packs.
Clear communication there from Rasta Rasavenge. One of the non-negotiable aspects of the game is the pre-engagement stability. That's what's called for.
Crouch.
Jean-Baptiste Gros on this near side from Toulon. Already played 8 matches for Toulon in the top 14, the top 14 in France. Bringing all his experience to bear on the loose head as Zakayev has just about managed to get the ball away safely into touch. 43 points in the championship last season, 20 points in the opening match for the young Wales outside half. Danger is still there for Wales against a 6-man line-out for the Blues. Pulled down there by Gauthier Maravat from Angers. Gross. Good hit coming in from Wales tight end Ben Warren. Zegur scored a try and was red carded against Wales in the Six Nations Championship. And the Welsh knew all about this guy, Jordan Joseph. Carbonell. Lost forward. Well, it was a defensive effort from Wales that drew plaudits in the opening match against a very strong Argentinian side, and to the fore again in the opening 10 minutes, Leo.
Yes, we are seeing the same. I think it was a good opportunity for France, and the effort of the forwards of Wales allowed them to get exit from another difficult situation.
I suggest you tell everyone now.
They didn't compete on the air, but they compete on the floor. They win a turnover from the pressure of the line speed of the defense, and that's very, very good for the psychology of the Wales team, the Welsh team.
Speaking of psychology, France defeated Fiji here on the opening day by 36 points to 20. It was just 15-13 at half-time before France pulled away.
Let's go. Here's the mark. Let's go.
De Willeke, the Wales captain, making sure that everyone is on point. Gross on the loose head, he stands at 1.95 meters and weighs in at 105 kilograms. The Wales have the weight advantage, a considerable weight advantage in the scrums.
You do that again, it's a free kick.
Wales testing the patience here of Rasta Rasavenge. He'll take no nonsense, I can assure you of that.
Crouch.
David Buckland having a quick look around.
Bind. Set.
So the scrum just inside the Wales 22, they go to the ground.
Loose head. Dropping your elbow.
At loose head, Kemsley Mathias is the man penalised for collapsing the scrum.
Short bind and dropping your elbow, loose head.
Yeah, short bind and collapsing the scrum.
Yes, it's a very good, or it's very important, the scrum in the psychology of a team.
It's a game within the game, isn't it, Leo?
Yeah, it can make you getting motivated, you know.
Motivated, yes.
Yeah, motivated.
And worked up.
Yeah.
Really fired up. Yeah.
I think France knows that they have an advantage, and they will try to get it. to take it.
So Louis Carbonel to open the scoring for France. 60 points in the tournament in 2018 and opens his account in 2019 with a 3-pointer for France. So after 13 minutes of play, it's France 3, Wales 5. It doesn't matter, does it, really, Leo, what is said in the shed, in the change rooms before coming out. Once you get down to that first scrum, those front row forwards know exactly what they need to do, and what they want to do is overpower their opposite numbers.
Exactly, it's a big moment for a team.
Miscommunication in the French ranks.
Right, don't go too early. Get your timing right. Yeah.
The other game played in Santa Fe in this pool, Argentina lead Fiji by 10 points to 0. That's also after some 15 minutes of play. Untidy ball for France. And again, it's all so scrappy. Carbonel is there to clear it, brings it out of his own in-goal area. Very shrewd player is the French outside half, knowing that he couldn't be corralled inside that in-goal area. Wales on tippy toes here as the French scrum half Quentin Delort gets it away only as far as Ewan Davis. He'll have a go. Needs some support here. Does well to lay it back. Buckland onto Reffel. So Wales back in the hunt. Thomas Wheeler. Well, he couldn't quite take it.
It was a shame, eh?
Touched. Khalid's touched.
There were numbers over there.
No, touched outside.
So there's the mark, says Rasta Rasavenge. Again, it's the shortened line out for France, won by Kylian Garacci. Another returnee from not only 2018 but 2017 as well, a third year campaigner for France, wearing number 5.
Out quicker. Number 1.
That's a good news for France. They are struggling to get exit of the 22.
That's another wayward kick into the hands of Ewan Davis. It was Kansley Mathias penalised again, not in the scrum this time, but for not rolling away. Testing kick. Kai Evans is there. Time and space. The offload to Ryan Conbier. Scored a delightful try against Argentina, which secured the win in the end.
Let's it! On your knee and playing the ball.
This time it's penalty Wales.
Playing the ball.
Playing the ball on the ground, hands in the ruck. And that's against the laws of the game. At the end of the round-robin pool phase, the teams will be seeded based on their position in which they finished their respective pools. So 1 win apiece. The result of this match could well decide the pool. What a kick that was. It's been an excellent kick, has Kai Evans off both feet.
Yeah, it's going to be very important, the discipline on both teams, because today it could be the difference. They have a great opportunity coming from a penalty for Wales.
Wales with the sun on their backs in the first half. And the overthrow, and here comes Carbonel. Now then, where's the support? Tian Thomas Wheeler was in there to prevent anything from developing quickly. And here is the tall centre, the tall figure of Antoine Zegda. Good tackle by Lewis on Alex Denardi, the French fullback. But that is the threat always posed by France. You have to be accurate because France will punish you.
That's what we are talking about, to be accurate, to be effective, to finish the plays.
Come in. No, come
in their 22, in the opposition 22, because it's going to be the difference of the game.
So Double Lake, the captain, will be looking to find his man this time, and does so. It all starts, doesn't it, with the throw into the line-out. Lake is there. Got his hands on the ball. Wales slowly driving forward into the French half. Still moving forward. Now they go to ground, but France guilty of collapsing them all. Wales will get the penalty. They want to move it wide. Great work initially by Jack Price at the line out. In combination with Ed Scragg. There he is, the number 4, getting his first taste here in the tournament. Rasta Rasavenge playing advantage. Evans, little kick over the top. Llewellyn gives chase. Evans knew that there was a free kick on the way. Now then, he's quite capable of kicking a three-pointer from here. He kicked a goal from halfway in that win over Argentina on Tuesday. Hardly a breeze blowing across the impressive ground here, Leo.
It's very beautiful. And talking about Wales.
Option, blue captain.
Oh, what a shame.
You overcooked it. Overcooked it.
I think they are very confident with the drive. They did it very well, and they knew that, but they waste a great opportunity with a bad kick.
Yeah.
How close was that?
Binding short and pulling him straight down. Longer bind. Yeah.
Difficult to tell from here, but the referee's assistant on this side was closer than both of us. And he was Pali De Luca from Argentina.
Catch.
And Wales have been confident of the driving line out, not so perhaps having been penalised in the scrum. This time holding firm. Wales getting the nudge on. Advance on the captain. Taufi Fenwa. Tackled just inside his own half by Thomas Wheeler. And this is Zegda, the man from Toulon. He's played 4 tournaments on the World Rugby Sevens circuit this season. So that's the quality in this French side. Some solid tackling again from Wales.
No hands, red.
On halfway, Scragg back on his feet. Quickly Carbonell round the corner, then from Denardi, releasing Zegda. Once again, Jordan Joseph offers himself right on the far side.
Leave him, don't tap him in.
Stopped right in his tracks. Rafa Vanson, the captain, who's gingerly back on his feet. The hooker, Barca, finds space for himself, and Carbonell is over. Well, it looked as if the momentum had been lost by France, but somehow Barca popped up. And it was Carbonell with a score.
Beautiful line from Ben Warren, breaking the line and offloading for the number 10, the man from Toulon, to score a beautiful try for France.
Great work by the hooker, Rain Barca. Just the one-handed offload.
Sorry, I missed the name from Rain Barca.
It was a missed tackle, wasn't it? Found a gap, great angle from the hooker, and it's given Carbonell the opportunity to add to his 8-point tally already in this match. It all came from that missed kick from Kai Evans down to the far touchline, which resulted in the build-up and the try for Carbonell and the conversion as well. So after 22 minutes of play, it's 10-5 to France.
Good work from the number 2, because Wales, it's very difficult to break their defense. They are working very well, but the number 2 find a good space and he accelerates.
So Evans this time kicks long. Taufi Fenwa, tackled by Llewellyn. Just outside the French 22. Oh, great work by Tommy Reffel, stripping the ball away. Rees takes the tackle. It's going to be a penalty.
Nah, leave it, leave it.
But what a great piece of ripping that was by Tommy Reffel.
And playing the ball.
The open side wing forward for Wales.
Shut.
That's quality.
Very good turnover from him. It was a very good collision, and after he took the ball.
Here we go.
Thanks.
Great rip.
Great work. And also he passes the ball to maintain the inertia.
Yeah, Reffel was one of the top tacklers against Argentina. He's got all the attributes of a classic number 7 wing forward. 2 turnovers won today. 14 tackles for him against Argentina.
Big work from him.
Wales need to keep in touch, and there's this young man that kept Wales in the game against Argentina. Right-footed, some 20 meters in from the far touchline. Flags are in the air. So another 3-pointer for Kai Evans, and Wales back within 2 after almost 25 minutes of play here at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario, much to the delight of the passionate Welsh support. Ewan Davis takes the restart. Warren, the tight head prop, offers himself. Evans again kicking for Taufi Fenway. He's seen a lot of the ball in the opening 20 minutes or so. I don't know what Wales have spotted there. They know that he loves to counter, does Taufi Fenway. The popper pass between the 2 lock forwards, 5 and 4 combining. It's a very useful Welsh lock pairing. Dewi Lake runs tall into the tackle of Jean-Baptiste de Gros. Once again forcing Taufi Fenway to dash back for this one. That's an excellent kick. Won't reach the try line. Wales giving chase. 2-man tackle. France are back there in numbers. With the yellow headgear, that's Matthias Haddad from the Stade Rochelet club. Scored 3 tries in the under-18s tournament earlier this year. Evans again. He's got Davis in support. Dashing back, there's Tommy Lewis. Lewis and Combi would appear to have changed flanks here. Davis spots a gap. He's got Lewis there again. Lewis pops the ball back inside. Great presence of mind. Well, we've talked about the French attacking threat, so Wales have some attacking flair as well.
A good counter-attack from the full-back of Wales. He found the space and he took it. But after that, they waste another opportunity to score.
Red.
Carbonell under pressure from David Buckland, right-footed, gets the ball away safely into touch on the far side. Game finally poised. 27 minutes in, France 10, Wales 8. All the French points coming from this man, Louis Carbonell from Toulon.
He'll be ready. Trust me, he'll be ready. Trust me, he'll be ready.
With Groth and prop and Jordan Joseph.
Just open here.
Carbonell played for the French Barbarians against Tonga back in November.
Yeah.
Jordan Joseph. Barker's in the scrum half position, waiting for, well, the opportunity. And again, it's an overthrow by Wales. That's the second line-out. That's malfunctioned. Carbonell sends the long pass out. Now then, Taufi Fenway in space this time. Gets past Tommy Lewis. But France can't make Wales pay. They've got to make their tackles.
Another lost in the line out from Wales. and a great counter-attack from France. I think they have to be very carefully with those lost balls at the line-out, because France, if they see an opportunity, they will take it.
France have made the most meters.
Every time there's a stop, someone's going down.
Carries.
It needs to stop. I suggest you have a word with them. Everyone keeps going down every time there's a stop. No, sort it out.
Sort things out, says Russell Rasavenge to Dewi Lake, the Welsh captain.
I'm watching it now. Yep.
In those numbers, you can see the difference between the two teams. I think France have a lot of experience in the pack, in the pack, and you can see they have a few ball carriers that they make the difference. They are doing a lot of meters with the ball on the hand.
Good, much better. Good stuff.
Russell Rasavenge keeping a close eye on that Welsh front row.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Pressure coming through.
Take it back.
But Wales somehow get it away through Tian Thomas Wheeler. The long floated pass out to Conbia in space. Very strong is Ryan Conbia from the Scarlets region in the west of Wales. Evans again probing with a long kicks. He's got a huge boot on him. I've already alluded to that. But it relieves the pressure, doesn't it, for Wales?
When you are in that situation and in a moment you go and play in the 22 of your opponent, is very good for the team. It's very important to have a good kicker on the team.
France again opting for the short man line out taken by Maradat, the number 4. France attacking on the narrow side through Jean-Baptiste Gros. The pace from Vincent Panto, and this is the hooker, the lively hooker, Barca. Evans is back there under pressure. Ball foot in touch though, and France would appear to have shaken off that early rustiness.
France is very dangerous when they have a space. You can see here how do they take every opportunity that Wales give it to them, and a good tackle from the winger.
This ball has to go to the man, but again it's another line-out that's gone astray for Wales, and they're back on the defensive. Haddad takes on the Welsh defence. Quick ball, that's what France are looking for. They're looking for a second try as well in midfield. Options left and right here for the scrum half. Delort. In comes Zegdar. Some 15 metres out from the Wales try line. That's Zegur, the man from the Oyonnax Rugby Club.
Turnover's good.
Wales looking for the turnover and get it. Great work again on the floor by the Welsh. Max Llewellyn can't get away, needs help. The threat is still there for the men in red.
I think it was the number 8, Jack Morgan. Great turnover.
Well, he is a turnover king. There he is with ball in hand. Jack Morgan, another player that's been much talked about in Wales, plays for the Aberavon club on the books of the Scarlets region. An engineering apprentice. Well, there's precision stuff from the Wales number 8. Don't want to give Kai Evans bad ball to clear his lines. Les Bluets not contesting as Buckland gets it away safely into touch.
It's a good kick. That's the importance of the kicking game. and how to exit of your own territory.
Good strength being shown there initially by Jack Morgan. The Welsh back row showed up well in the opening half hour. Jack Morgan, Tommy Reffel, Iestyn Rhys with a black head gear at the back. This time it's an indiscretion by France at the line-out. So what will be the Welsh option? Not surprisingly, it's going to be a scrum.
The scrum? Yeah, it's good. Oh, yeah.
They're having a few issues in the line-out. Both teams, I think they lost their last 3 balls.
Close-up view on the 4G pitch here in Rosario, and the rudiments of the scrum as well of both front rows lock horns, Ben Warren and Jean-Baptiste Gros. And that's an engrossing contest in the opening half hour or so.
You're going early. Yeah. You're going early. So, left, please. This is the mark. Left, please. Yeah. Get your 2 not push it.
Mr. Rasavenge having some difficulties with the engagement at the scrum.
Crouch. Bind. Re-engage, far side. Re-engage.
This time it's the French who are penalised for the early engagement, and an opportunity for Evans to put in one of those long raking kicks for touch, a punishing left footer coming up. Oh, straight up in the air. Allowing for the sun as well. That's a great take by the French fullback. Denardi. France have it again through Malé, the youngster, the 18-year-old.
You've lost that, leave it now.
Haul down is Gauthier Maravat. Tackled around the ankles by Jack Morgan. Let's see how successful Kylian Geraci will be. He's gained another valuable few meters out to Panto. Held up by Tian Thomas Wheeler. Ball wrestled clear, or was it a 5th phase of play? Little flick pass out the back door. And Haddad won't thank the Lord for that one. Absolutely nailed in the tackle. Another important tackle. France picking up a head of steam as we approach the break. It's Maravat again from Agen, 19 years of age, next Tuesday, still 18 for now. Lovely flat pass out from the outside half, Carbonell. Haddad, all arms and legs and elbows and knees. Again, Carbonell spins it out. And from Geraci to no one in particular. And they still have it.
We're going nowhere here. Let's go back for it. Leave it. 9, out. Wait.
Comes to Rasavenge. We'll call them back for
10.
An earlier indiscretion. A high tackle by Kai Evans. It was an awkward challenge.
No, we're playing on without him. We're playing on. Yep.
So Wales a man down. This is the incident again.
We're playing on without him.
Anything above the chest height, Leo, demands a little closer scrutiny. So Wales here 3 minutes out from half-time. They don't want to concede a score. They've coped well with the driving maul so far, the few that they have been, and again, Wales getting amongst them, but right on the try line, that's Zegur. The French open side, the ball is there, and France will have another go. The ball was out, and Wales rightly put boot to ball. Great chasing there by Lewis, almost got his man.
It was very important for the game and for Wales
Thank you, thank you.
This turnover is very important. I think they had a very bad situation
Forward pass.
on their 5 meters.
Yeah. Just give me a second.
And
give me 1 second.
to get out of there, it's very good for
Time
them.
off.
Jack Price is in some discomfort here. The
So you
Wales
saw
lock
when I
forward,
said you're playing
5.
on, he got up quickly. So there's a tendency. Do you see the tendency?
Okay, so if
Yep.
there's a
No. I'm saying, do you see the tendency?
In the meantime, Russell Wenger has another word with Dewi Lake, the Welsh captain.
No, I was there.
He's having problems in the scrum because nobody wants to give anything away from the scrum.
Brian, is that you?
It's a big battle today.
And France very
thank you.
technically astute in the scrum. Wales have the weight.
Yes. I think the problem is with the gap. France wants to be very close, and Wales knows that that's not good for them.
A try apiece. But the statistics, the attacking statistics favour France, Leo.
Yeah, I think France is very dangerous with the ball
Take a bit of
in the
a
hand.
step back.
They
step back,
take
thank
the
you. Sit. Stay there.
they take the ball from one corner to the other one, and they try very hard on the defense of Wales. That it's being very well because they won a lot of balls on the turnovers.
Tight head.
Penalty Wales. In the meantime, it's still Argentina 10, Fiji 0 in the other match in Pool A. And Fiji, well, they did show up well against France, it has to
And
be
then on your
said.
knees, yeah.
And clearly fighting fire with fire up in Santa Fe. And we hear that Fiji have had a try disallowed, so they're still in the running. And back here, it's
That's good. That's good.
France 10, Wales 8. And just looking at that statistics and the turnovers won, France have won 2 turnovers, but Wales have won 7. It's another line-out gone west, much to the consternation of Dewi Lake. The hooker and captain just throws his arms up in exasperation.
Oh,
So
7.
that's a key element that will have to be addressed somehow in the second half. And Wales don't want to give away another score here as the clock runs down to 0 at the end of the opening 40 minutes.
High tackle.
Another high
Just a
tackle,
high tackle.
penalised by Russell Wenger.
Yeah, and another lost from Wales. As I said before,
Both of you.
both teams are having problems with their own lineouts, and it's very important to fix it because
Thanks,
the lineout is very important for the attack.
France have stolen 3 balls and Wales' lineouts, and Wales have lost 5, so 2 of them are inconclusive. But we're into referee time at the end of the first half. And the breeze is picking up somewhat, and that, if it stays as it is, will favour France in the second half, and Wales will be playing into the sun as well. But the first half is not done and dusted yet, and certainly not when this guy has the ball. Jordan Joseph, 3 tries on the opening day against Fiji. Reffel goes in initially with a tackle, and that's Kemsley Mathias quickly back on his feet, back in the ranks to thwart another French attack. Price shaking off that shoulder injury. Wales desperately holding out here against France. A minute into referee time at the end of the first half. It was an early try for Tommy Lewis, responded to by the French outside half for Louis Carbonel, who's scored all the French points. Ewan Davis runs the ball into touch.
I suggest you have a word in the change room.
Finalizó el primer tiempo.
And they'll have to do it all again in the second half. It's pretty close. It's very tight here at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario, where France, the world champions, lead Wales by 10-8 at the break.
Se está jugando esta copa. Argentina le gana 10-0 a Fiji.
Just first weight, relax, relax. Pull it. Pull it. Yeah, just. Just wait, just first weight, relax, relax. Pull it. Pull it. Yeah, just. Just wait, just first weight, relax, relax. Pull it. Pull it. Yeah, just. Just wait, just first weight, relax, relax. Pull it. Pull it. Yeah, just. Okay, move up there, leave him, don't trap him in. Play on. No. Play on. No. Play on. No.
Del torneo, acercate, date una vueltita por el World Rugby y vas a encontrar de todo, como te decía, que vas a poder entretener, vas a poder comer algo que te guste y vas a poder también llevarte algún recuerdo de este torneo inolvidable que hoy estás mirando en vivo, acá nomás, a pasitos, estás mirando rugby de alto vuelo. Acordate también que si querés estar al tanto de las últimas noticias del torneo, visitás World Rugby, ahí vas a encontrar noticias, las más destacadas, entrevistas, resultados, estadísticas y videos. Metete, es el caso, visita World Rugby y vas a encontrar de todo. A todo el mundo, mandá mensajes de apoyo, opiniones sobre el juego, fotos desde la tribuna subidas a Twitter e Instagram y usá el hashtag World Rugby U20S. Ahí, obviamente vas a poder contarle a todo el mundo que estás acá, que estás presenciando esta jornada inolvidable de la segunda jornada acá en la ciudad de Rosario y también, por supuesto, en Santa Fe. Estás disfrutando del mejor rugby del mundo, más de 650 jugadores que pasaron por esta copa, se prepararon y hicieron su camino en esta copa para el test, así que estás mirando, no tengas ninguna duda en las alturas, el test es el rugby inolvidable.
We're ready to get the second half underway here at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario, where it's finally poised between reigning World Rugby U20 champions France and Wales. 10-8 the scoreline. I'm joined by Leo Senatore, former Argentinian back rower. We'll hear from him shortly. Look at the haze. That gives you an idea of the temperatures here that these young men have to contend with in the low 20s, although it's midwinter here in Rosario. Rasta Rasavenga, the referee, gets the nod. Kai Evans, with the change of direction, gets the second half underway with Wales trailing by 2 points. And Leo, we were talking at half-time there. The set pieces have been problematic for Wales, and France looked very threatening with ball in hand.
Yes, I think it's not only for Wales, it's from both teams. I think the connection between the hooker and the leader is the key. They have to improve that, improve the calls from the lineouts, and also they need to fix the discipline in the scrums, because the ref doesn't want to have any problem in there.
Lost now, move please! No, leave it.
Yes, the testing, Wales certainly testing referee Rasavenga's patience as Kai Evans takes the ball right up in the face of the French defence. Looking at the statistics, France certainly have had the lion's share of possession in this match. They've gained twice as many metres as Wales. With just the 2 points in it, that could all change here as France look to break clear through Arthur Vanson, the captain. Quickly into midfield on the angle. That was Gauthier Maravat. Delord, the scrum half. Carbonell to the lively hooker Barca. But again, that final pass goes Australia.
Yeah, it was a very good shift from the backs again, from a turnover, but they couldn't finish it. Well,
if the ball's not under someone's feet and it's exposed, ball out.
Yeah, just a reminder there from Rasta Rasavenga, if the ball is out, if the ball is at your feet, the ball is out. Doesn't matter whether the number 8 has his long leg extended over the ball is out. The opposition can go for it, not dive on it, but they go in and claim it. That's better. The first line out of the second half is secured by Wales. They look to get that rolling maul going from inside their own 10 metres. It's Dewilik. Back to Buckland, the scrum half. Taufi Fenwa has had to field a number of high balls already in this match. Now France have numbers here over on the near side. The tackle from Johan Davis was solid. That tackle had to be made.
Backwards.
Ball didn't go forward, so France have it again through Taufi Fenwa. Haddad. Easily spot him with the yellow headgear.
Play on,
nice
play
touch
on.
from Jean-Baptiste Gross. Play on, says the referee. So France will get a second bite of the cherry here. One of the best of passes, Zegda, and so retrace his steps. As Wales go in hunting for possession. Reffel decides not this time. Perhaps he picks his moments to go in for the turnover, does Tommy Reffel. 7 turnovers won by Wales in the opening 40. It's Davis's turn to shield his eyes from the sun. Very strong sunshine here at the Racecourse Stadium. Wales have it just inside their own half. Looking to break out is Kemsley Mathias. Barreling forward towards halfway. Buckland over the shoulder. You never know what a bouncing ball will do on this surface. So Buckland, plenty of time. Back almost to his own try line. Trusting his right boot. And sends it long. Does find touch eventually. France in a hurry. Passing not crisp. Haddad again as a goal, but Wales are there in numbers. Haddad somehow breaks the initial tackle. Such a difficult man to pin down, as indeed is this guy, Zegur. France moving forward. Carbonell up from fullback. That's Denardi offloading to Zegda in the clear. It's Rain Barker. A clear run-in for the hooker. He created the first try for Louis Carbonel, and he finishes this one after a concerted effort from France.
Brian, are you in the frame?
It's gonna have a look.
Decision
or
is a
not?
try.
Yeah,
Please have
I
a
think
look at
the last pass.
Yeah, the on-field decision. Listen out for those words every time from the referee.
Yep.
The on-field decision is that he was happy with the grounding and all that, but let's go back a little further, shall we?
The last pass, I think, is the question.
Oh, Rasta Wenger shielding his eyes against the sun now. The big screen is down on the other end of the field, over to our left, just about out of sight as well.
Really.
He's looking for that final pass.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. I think it is forward pass for me from this point of view.
Well, I have to be dispassionate about these things, don't
You
I?
have to be impartial. It's true.
Well, the 22-meter line might help us.
50-50.
So I'm going to reverse my on-field decision. There's a clear forward pass there. Thank you.
So Rasta
I can hear from them.
Yeah, on-field decision. There's a clear forward pass, says Rasta Wenger.
Bring him on.
So France denied.
Yeah.
But Wales know that they have to be on their mettle, because France have upped the tempo a little at the top of the second half.
But it is a sample that when
Patience.
France
Stability on bind.
have a good distribution of the ball,
Okay.
they always break the line and are very dangerous. So that's why Wales must to focus very much on the defense.
So Tom Devine is on for Kemsley Mathias. That loose head for Wales.
Bind.
Wales defeated Argentina, but Argentina outscored Wales by 3 tries to 2. So they didn't get a bonus point. France did. Dug out by Jack Morgan. Evans again with a relieving kick, but just as far as Vincent Pinto. Denardi. Hold down just inside the Welsh half. France have runners on the far side. The first one to take the ball up is Antoine Zegda.
Advantage.
Advantage France, nudged forward by a Welsh
Just a knock
hand.
advantage.
Still advantage. Vincent.
Advantage over.
Advantage over Denardi. We haven't seen too much of him in the first half, giving chases. Conbier looks back inside, doesn't find support, but he's done well. He's released the ball. Vincent, who started it all. Pinto will have a go, reaching out for the try line. Try for France. Well, denied 2 or 3 minutes ago, but there's no mistaking that one. And as he did against Wales in the Six Nations, the France right winger, Vincent Pinto, from Section Paloise from Pau, stretches France's lead.
We can see when France have space and time, they are almost unstoppable. I think Wales must put more pressure on the French guys, because they are going to be very accurate if they don't.
So Carbonel from the near touchline to extend France's lead to 2 scores. 100% record, but this is most difficult kick in this match. So 4 meters in from touch, right on the 22, right-footed. Just drops short of the near upright, so it remains a 1-score game. 7 minutes into the second half. Good chasing there by Denardi, the fullback from Stade Montois.
It is crucial for Wales to score in a short time to get back to the game. Wow.
Captain, you're on a scrum. Okay, let's go.
Again,
This is not good for Wales.
that's advantage France. try, and now a kick that's overcooked by young Kai Evans out on the full.
It's very important when you receive points. How do you recover from that? How do you work on that? You have to score quickly to get back to the game.
Here we go. Left of the mark.
Yeah, these are the stats. France have carried twice as many times as Wales, and almost 3 times as many meters made across the gain line. Also 3 times as many as Wales.
No, bind properly, please. You got to get your shoulder there. Get your shoulder. Yeah. Crouch.
So again, Rasta Rasavenga has to remind the Welsh players of the requirements at the engagement. France will not mind having to go down into a succession of scrums. Jordan Joseph picks it up at the base. Lovely pass out wide, finding Tao Fifenwa, but getting no change at all from Wales' try scorer Tommy Lewis. Maravat. Again, France picking up the tempo through Arthur Vanson, the solid-looking centre for France. The squad captain, Carbonell, full of tricks. Tackled by his opposite number, Evans. Wales in a strong, straight defensive line right across the field as Barker looks for the breakthrough. Delord. Again held up by 2-3 Welshmen. Wales may well have turned it over. Yes, they have. That's the good news. The bad news is that they have to go down into another scrum.
Yeah.
Saps, please.
As we said before, it's very important for Wales to have a turnover and see if they can score quickly.
Forwards, let's go.
Because France is very is a very difficult team.
It's not part of the. Yep.
When they have the ball, but when they defend, they have a few issues too. So it's important to Wales to maintain the possession and try to score again.
So both number 18s have come on for the respective sides. It was Nick English for Wales on the tight head, and it's Alex Buran for young Paul Mallet. Delbouy is on for Zegda at centre. Delbouy showed up well in the defensive play against Fiji on Tuesday. Another big, robust, square-shouldered centre for France. A little shorter, perhaps, than the man he's replaced, Zegda, but broader, certainly in the beam. Tian Thomas Wheeler wrestles his arms clear. The captain, Dewi Lake.
Yeah.
Called for early by Tian Thomas Wheeler, tackled around the ankles by Haddad. Wales not getting any forward momentum at the moment. Price again finds his captain in close support. Buckland tries the kick over the shoulder. In comes Donardi, pinned by Ryan Conbier in the tackle. It's all France at the moment. Geraci from Grenoble.
Tackle!
Carbonell, this time it's Pinto. Try score at the top of the second half for France. Powerful drive coming in.
Turnover's good. Good turnover.
And the turnover is brilliant from Wales. They've excelled in that aspect of play, timing their interventions.
Last feet.
Jack Morgan. Evans looking to release Conbier with ball in hand, probably for the first time. And the French will also have a good look at the videos as Jordan Joseph steals it for France. And no one really ready for that one, as a hint of a gap opens up in midfield for the replacement, and that's Julien Delbouy.
It hit me, blue ball. Blue was attacking, blue ball. It hit me. Yeah, ball hit me.
The ball hits the referee, but it's going to be advantage France.
Another thing that we can see in the match is is that when Wales kick to compete, it's much better than when they kick long, because the counter-attack of France, and when they have the ball with time and spaces, is very difficult. So it's very important to Wales to maintain that competitive ball on the air and try to get back in the air.
Good point, well made by Leonardo Senatore, my colleague here in commentary. And we've come a long way, Leo, since the last time we may have crossed paths, and that was 20 years ago when I was here with Wales in Rosario. And you tell me, what role did you play that day?
Yes, I was the ball boy of that game. It's amazing. It's amazing, eh? The destiny.
Indeed,
and we are here together.
It's great to be back here in Rosario. Here we are, Argentina 15, Fiji 7. That's in Santa Fe. Fiji, well, they're battling away then, Argentina, looking for their first results of the tournament. It's a close call. And Fiji, well, they promised so much against France, trailing 15-13 at half-time here. This advantage, France, ball knocked forward by Arthur Van Son, but they will get the penalty.
Walking around, under pressure and walking around.
Wales walking around the scrum under pressure.
Captain, shot.
So the Welsh replacements have not had as much of an impact perhaps as their coach Gareth Williams would have wanted, but it's a very, very hot day here in Rosario. Sweat pouring off the brows of the players, particularly so if you have to defend time and time again.
Yeah. We can see the importance of a good scrum, a solid scrum from France. They take an advantage from that, and they will have an opportunity to get 3 more points on the game.
So Carbonell. 2 from 3. To add to his 10-point tally, midfield sends it away and home for another 3-pointer, but more crucially it takes France into a 2-score advantage over Wales with 15 minutes gone in the second half. It's France 18 now, Wales 8. So Evans needs to make sure and his kick stays on the field of play this time, and it does so, but he finds the imposing figure of Jordan Joseph, who's been kept quiet by Wales so far, but he can explode at any time. Can the star player of 2018? The Lord won't go far. And France giving good chase and securing possession. Haddad to the replacement, Del Bui.
Backwards, play on.
Ball didn't go forward, says referee Rastavenge. Up with play. Slowly but surely, France again back in the hunt here inside the Welsh half.
No, 25.
Pressure being applied. Carbonell looking for Joseph, can't gather. Davis now then. Can he find some space for himself? Takes on the French forwards. Hauled to ground by Geraci, man with the blue headgear. Reffel looks for the offload, can't free his arms, but they'll come back.
Knock on here, Red Bull.
For a French knock on. It's the inevitable scrum.
Okay, time off.
We are starting to see the fatigue of the players and starting to see handling errors that we didn't see before. I think it's the time on the game when you are tired and you start to do things that you don't do at the beginning of the game.
So the Wales coach throwing new personnel onto the field. Costello replaces Evans at outside half. Evans goes to fullback. Davis comes off and Griffiths is on as a hooker for Lick.
Go in your gap there. Crouch. Bind. Set.
First touch then for Sam Costello. Well, we mentioned Kai Evans' long boot earlier in the game, or Costello in turn has a pretty good kick himself. Denardi up from fullback. Joseph with the carry. Well tackled by Justin Rees. Textbook tackle from the flank forward. That's the way to tackle. Geraci pulled the ground to Lord. Good work. Excellent little chip through there from Haddad. Evans just about manages to lay the ball back. Costello is back in the pocket there. Buckland leaves it for the forwards. And Wales again camped inside their own 22. They've been camped in their own half for the greater part of this second period. Buckland hoists it high, and taken in touch by Denardi for a French lineout.
Okay, time off. Just stand in front of him. Stand in front of him. Just wait.
As I said before, it's amazing that when Wales
just wait.
don't kick for compete,
Okay.
they lost, or they lose a lot of meters because France run with the ball and they are very dangerous.
So first touch for the replacement lock forward. That's Morgan Jones on for Jack Price. And just to confirm that Kai Evans has dropped back to fullback in place of Johan Davis. And Sam Costello, there he is at outside half now. Lebel is on for Denardi and Berriat. Georgi Berriat is on for Jean-Baptiste Gros. Geraci takes it back into contact, tackled by Nick English, the man from the Bristol Bears, qualifies for Wales rather, through the Exile development program. Haddad finds himself more often than not on the wing here, the flank forward. Good hands and good feet as well. That's Georgi Berriat. Barker denied a try earlier on in this match. Industrious hooker is Berriat. Carbonell, Geraci. Tackled by Thomas Wheeler. Quick recycling by France. Lovely pass out to Jordan Joseph, and a try here now could kill all hopes for Wales. However good that win was against Argentina, first time out, they're being undone here. Mathis Lebel, who captained France against Fiji the other night. A timely intervention there again by Wales at the breakdown. France not releasing.
This is an important turnover to see if they can change the destiny of this game. They need, as I said before, they need to score quickly to see. Oh,
and the pressure is still there. The missed kick for touch.
No, come on, Seven. No commentary.
Berriat, the decoy run from Joseph opens the door for Carbonell. Wales again on the defensive. As wave after wave of French attack comes their way. Bouran, number 18, that's Vincent, the captain. Taoufik Fenwa well taken there down to Barca once again, stepping out of the first tackle, gets support. That's the Welsh try line in the background. Ball spills out somehow. Can Wales keep the ball in play here? Well, they did initially. That's a neat little chip through from Will Griffiths. Couldn't quite keep control over it in the end, though. But what about this turnover earlier on? I'm sure we're going to see that again. Yeah, wish he was a left-footed kicker.
Right, we're playing on. Let's go. Yep, time on.
and it's very impressive to see how France play with the flat support and the deep support. They have two options every time.
Well, there is
That's very interesting to see.
the story of the game, isn't it? 72% possession to France, 28% to Wales. And that's reflected on the scoreboard. And this time it's France that are having problems at the line-out. Wales battling away. Griffiths.
Back out.
Where are Wales going to get a score from, which will bring them back into this match? They've not been out of their own half, I don't think. Once maybe in this second period.
Yeah.
And again they've coughed up a penalty, which is well within the compass of their outside half.
Yep.
Louis Carbonel.
Bring him on. Right, time off.
Well, if Wales have been out of their own half in this second period, they've certainly not visited the French 22 during that period.
Good man. Good man.
And that just reflects the ascendancy of France in this second 40. And less than 80% of ball played in this second half has been in the Welsh half of the field.
Time back on.
So Carbonel, well, they're looking for the bonus point now, aren't they? They scored a bonus point against Fiji in the opening match. There we are.
I can see him. Yep.
That's where the action has been, primarily between the 22-metre line of Wales and halfway. So France playing like the world champions they are. Defeated England, of course, in the final 12 months ago in Perpignan on home soil. We ask the question quite often, don't we, how will the French travel? Well, I don't think that's a question anymore, is it, that needs answering. As Costello sends the ball away. But it's rare consolation for Wales. 21 on for France, that's Mathieu Higoyen. He's a back row forward. He replaces Haddad. Joseph, that's a lovely pass. Carbonel to Pinto. Looks to get out the outside shoulder there of Max Llewellyn. Llewellyn would have none of it. Barca. He showed up well again today. He came on as a replacement against Fiji, as did this guy. Georgian-born Georgi Beria plays his rugby for Clermont. Jordan Joseph. Nice pass to Arthur Vanson, the captain. This is the replacement. Julien Delbouy from Stade Francais. All the major clubs in France in the top 14 represented here by the youngsters. A clear pathway in France as in other countries. 5 phases of play. France looking for a third try through Zegur. Almost up to the Welsh try line. 6 phases now. Out it goes. Surely there has to be a try here. Taoufik Fenwa. And the gap opens up for the wing three-quarter.
Yeah. France start to show another thing. They start to run hard with the ball. They start to run over the Welsh guys.
Thanks,
and after they keep the momentum for the backs, and they finish it very well.
Yeah, simple score there for Mathis Lebel, who captained France against Fiji the other night. So France then within 1 try of a bonus point to keep their challenge alive for the latter rounds of the tournament and to retain their crown. Louis Carbonel steadies himself. 15 meters out, slots another one, and France, to all intents and purposes, out of sight with 15 minutes to go. The only question now is, can they get that crucial 4th try and the bonus point?
France is winning every contact, and that is making the difference between the two teams.
Good chasing by Wales. They have possession inside the France half. It's unfamiliar territory for Wales in this second period. 14 minutes to go. There is time, but Wales need to score 3 times. That's Costello spinning out of the first tackle. Tian Thomas Wheeler giving chase of Pinto. That was Dion Smith, the Welsh replacement, wearing 23. And France look comfortable with ball in hand. The try scorer Lebel looking for his second.
Tackle!
Maravat.
No, leave it now.
France firmly in control here. The no-look pass from Taufi Fenua. Lost forward from Arthur Vincent. Welsh want to get on with play. Dion Smith having a little bit of an arm wrestle for the ball. And this is Wales' best position in the second half.
Yeah. Let's see if Wales can get can score in the game to get back and see if they can fight till the end.
Wales outside the comfort of a losing bonus point at the moment. And with Argentina leading Fiji, well, could be Wales and Argentina vying for runner-up in Pool A. It looked so promising for the Welsh on Tuesday evening, having defeated the hosts.
Okay, I know we all knew pre-engaging, let's sort it out. Okay, we all knew pre-engaging, sort it out.
So let's see how the pool looks at the moment, with Argentina clearly leading Fiji by 34 points to 7 now. So they've secured a bonus point. And they scored a losing bonus point against Wales, so they're up into second position in this pool as it stands. France, courtesy of their bonus point win over Fiji, and on track to win this one, have 9 points. They could make it 10, of course.
If we're going up, we can't scrum. We're going up.
Scrummage goes up, so it'll be a reset.
Stay down.
And what do you make of the world champions, Leo? What do you make of France, the reigning world champions?
They are very good on attack. I think when they have confidence, they are very difficult to stop. They have a very good scrum, very solid, good lineouts. They are very complete.
Yeah, they've stolen a few lineouts on Welsh ball.
Set.
That's good news from the ref to Wales. I think they should do an earlier fit up to get out the ball of the scrum.
Well, here's an opportunity. Evans puts it in at the corner. And that's the best attacking position for Wales in this second half, where they've been corralled inside their own 10-metre line for the greater part of the half hour. Tackles made by Wales mounting up, and the tackles missed also. Doesn't make for pleasant reading, and the stats at the line out are even worse. Baka, I like his play certainly in this match. Iestyn Rhys, he's shown up well again as the flank forward. Costello backs himself. Vincent, though, is back there, carries the ball over his own try line, but he's caught, though, by Costello. It'll be an attacking scrum for Wales.
Leave it.
There's a little bit of history between these two nations, I well recall. Newport in 2008, the first tournament in this in the series. But the entente was not as cordial.
Break up.
It's all bluff and bluster.
Break up. Hey, Archer. Okay, time off. Pali, come in here, please. Just wait there, come in here, please.
So Pali De Luca wants to come in from the far side, the local referee. There's an assistant referee here. And the other assistant referee is Esteban Filipanix.
All right. Did you see what happened? I'm going to review it. Brian, are you in the frame?
Yes, Rusty.
I just want to have a look after number 13 blue took the ball in goal, which is a 5-meter scrum to red. What happened in goal with the player that went past the dead ball line?
Yeah, okay, I'll line it up now for you and I'll show you.
Yeah.
So you probably heard what Brian McNeese from Ireland, the TV match official, has been asked to look at on behalf of referee Rasta Rasavenge. Clearly the French player.
Okay, Rasta, are you ready?
Into the in-goal
Here's
area.
the first angle.
Yep.
That is the ball taken in.
Yep.
And 22 Wales.
Yep.
Just pulls him.
Yep.
There's no great force in that.
Yep.
He just slips into the barrier.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Sam
thank
Costello
you,
giving
Brian.
chase,
No issue for
obviously
me.
looking
Thank
for
you.
the
Okay, there's no foul
Scrum
play.
five.
Scrum 5. No foul play. You just slip there. 13, you just slip. Scrum.
So the upshot of all that is a scrum for Wales. One or two players took exception perhaps to what they perceived to have happened. Wales calling for a big scrum here.
Monsieur.
Sacha à gauche. Sacha, allez à gauche. Yes. Allez Alex, allez. Alex, celle-là. Georgi, c'est celle-là. C'est celle-là, Georgi, allez.
That's 24 offloads to Wales' 2.
Bind.
That win against Argentina again, it underlines and emphasises the defensive qualities of Wales against Argentina. Ball dug out by Buckland to Costello. Can he go all the way short there by a few inches? Buckland leaves it for the forwards. Wales rallying here in the last 10 minutes or so. Desperately looking for something out of this match. The ball is there, a metre short.
Advantage. 8 offside.
It's going to be advantage.
8 offside.
Jordan Joseph is the man caught offside. But 3 points, no good to Wales at this point in the game.
Lesh.
They're lining up outside. Buckland has a quick look.
Still advantage. That's short.
Wales to the try line, but they're short again. This time then perhaps Costello spins it out to Kai Evans. He's got support from the wide outside. It's a
Great
second
hands.
try for Tommy Lewis.
Great hands from Wales to finish it up on the edge.
Great character shown here. 2 tries then for the Welsh right winger, bracketing what has been a magnificent performance by France, it has to be said.
We can see the speed of the hands of the Wales backs and the finish on the line. I think they waste a good opportunity in the line out, in that line out that they lost, but they finish it up with a good try on the corner.
So just 2 kicks today from Kai Evans, and 7 kicks against Argentina. And that one again strikes the upright, so the score remains at 25 points to 13 with just over 6 minutes remaining. Well taken try, and we'll just remind ourselves, and since 2013 when Wales got to the final of the World Rugby U20 Championships, that they've done no better than 6th on one occasion. On every other occasion they finished 7th. So they'll be looking to improve on their 7th position, that's for sure. It's Costello. Sends a lovely pass out to Reese, I think it was. It's Morgan Jones. And Wales, of course, well, they've been hit by a few injuries. But in all honesty, they've been outplayed, certainly in this second half. And some mistakes of their own making, of course, in the line-out, and the scrum has creaked as well. Tian Thomas Wheeler has hardly had a run. But he again is a very promising player who's newly contracted to the Ospreys region. Can do no better than kick the ball through, and France will be in no hurry to get to this line-out.
On you.
So Wales away Fiji in the final pool match in Santa Fe
Let's get in.
next week on Wednesday. It'll be France against Argentina.
Let's go.
And that should be a full-blooded effort, Leo.
Yes.
Okay, no numbers delaying the formation, coming in and out. No numbers.
France secure the ball at the line-out, back inside Pinto. Lovely interplay between the French here, looking for that bonus try. Juggling the ball was the centre and captain Arthur Vanson. Didn't quite come off. Good chasing by Dion Smith on halfway. Wales desperate to get something out of this match with less than 5 minutes remaining. Another try would secure a losing bonus point. And first of all, they have to get their hands on the ball. Zeger.
Leave him now, leave him.
Placement is Hirigoyen. Step from Taufi Fenwa. So back we go to the scrum. And Wales battling away.
Thanks, Polly.
Defensive qualities to the fore again.
There we go.
Donovan Taufi Fenwa scored that very early try, didn't he, against Fiji? 1 minute 30 on the clock.
That's the motherline.
18 carries, 141 meters made, 6 defenders beaten, 6 offloads. Impressive statistics.
An exciting player to watch, eh?
Certainly has started the first game at fullback.
Catch.
And showed his attacking qualities from there. Always ready to get involved with his wingers, with his centres.
Set. Early, far side, blue, early.
So perhaps then the last chance for Wales, but that about sums up their afternoon, really.
Lost forward.
A little too eager on that occasion.
Loose head. Keeps
A
working.
few mistakes have cost them in that first half. Certainly there was a
He's the only one. The
long
scrum's
touch
turning like
finder
this. He's
which
the
went
only
out
one
on the
going
full
forward. Hold. Yep.
when they were in the promising position.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Was
just
a
explain
silly
to him,
mistake.
you still, and he's going alone.
From Wales, I think that they are hurried because they know that they have short time to score or to do something different in the game.
Yeah, just 2 points in it at the break. France led by 10 points to 8.
Bind.
And 15 unanswered points before that try from Tom Lewis. France are on target here to retain their championship. There's a long way to go in this tournament, of course, another fortnight to go. But France pressing on, looking for that elusive 4th try, which will bring a bonus point for them. Taufi Fenwa, nice pass, out wide it goes. Lebel again, on hand is Zeger.
Forward pass.
Tackle, the pass was forward, says well, it's Pali De Luca on the far side probably who was told Rasta Rasavenge it was forward. And the French can't believe it.
It was a very, very good play from France.
The what?
You can watch how do they use those supporters in, out, flat, deep. They are doing everything well.
Thanks, Brian.
And today Wales suffer the entire game. the performance of France.
Well, there were a few battered and bruised bodies after that encounter with Argentina, and of course France. Sebastian Piccaroni is the coach. He only selected a squad of 23 and just kept 3 players for this clash, knowing that you have to manage your team well if you are to win any tournament, or in France's case, retain your World Championship.
And another thing, it was the compulsory change of the number 9. I think Wales suffered a little bit with that because he had a great performance against Argentina.
He certainly did, but the Welsh scrum gained parity with Argentina, something which they've not been able to do to the best of their ability here against France, despite having the weight advantage. Buckland not had a bad game at all, but look again, his scrum is coming back on him. And here then is a chance now for France in the dying seconds. The game can't finish on a penalty, and France will surely go for another scrum here, looking for that 4th try and a bonus point.
Time's up.
So time is up.
Yep.
Arthur Vanson has a quick word with the referee, just asking him how much time there is left.
Yep.
They're going to go for the drive.
For the line-out drive. Well, Wales have thwarted those line-out drives during this match on 2 or 3 occasions. I half expected them to go for the scrum, I have to say. So this will be the last play of the match.
10 meters. 10 meters, yep.
Referee Rastavenge has told Arthur Vincent, the French captain, that time is up. So the French gather around there.
Advantage entry, 7
Drop
entry.
forward, he'll get another penalty here.
Advantage.
Can they get to the try line this time, perhaps? The French forwards are there in numbers.
26 last
Zeger, the number 7, is waiting. Buran, the replacement prop forward, he's hurled back in the tackle. But France will come again through their replacement.
Great line.
Julien Delbouy not only gets France the 4th try, but also the bonus point, and the bonus point victory that surely the French deserve as the reigning World Rugby Under-20s champions that they are.
After the kick.
Yes, after the line-out drive collapse, I think they already knew that they were going to do that.
Thanks,
because it was a very hard line from the 25, Julien Delbois, and it finished it with a good try for France.
So this conversion kick, a formality, but Louis Carbonel will wish to retain his impressive record with the boot. He's got a try himself in the opening half. Along with a penalty and a conversion, he's had 2 conversions in this second half to round it off then. For the world champions, makes no mistake again, does Louis Carbonel. Finishes it off then for France in style. Handshakes all round, but that second half performance from the French was what we have come to expect. They'll grow into this tournament, but for now, let's congratulate them on a try-winning bonus victory against Wales with a full-time score which reached France 32, Wales 13. Well, what can you say about this French side? They grew up into the tournament last season. They trailed, or they led Fiji by 2 points at half-time, led Wales by 2 points at half-time, but they're both second-half performances. They've upped their game.
Yes, I think we saw a great performance from France today. They grew up into the game. They start a little bit shy, but when they took some confidence, they were unstoppable for Wales. They tried really hard, but they couldn't stop them.
Power, pressure, precision amongst the forwards, and pace from the backs.
Yes, and I think they have a few key players that make the difference in this type of tournaments. I really like the distribution of Louis Carbonell and the power of the number 8 Joseph Jordan.
Well, we can hear now then from one of the influential players in that French lineup, and he's none other than the French captain Arthur Vincent, who's with Dallin Stanford.
Captain, congratulations on that performance. First half was very tight, though.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult, like the other game against Fiji. But in the second half, it was better, so it's good.
Wales defended really well for the game, but you guys just had that extra effort.
Yeah, we knew that. We know that we have got a very good defense, so we have to run with the ball a lot, and this is good.
How important was scoring the 4 tries to get the bonus point in this clash?
Yeah, this is most important today. It's to get the 5 points, so it's very good for us. It was a big challenge. Now it's another challenge against Argentina in Argentina, so it will be very, very difficult for us as well.
Good luck for that one. It'll be another good one.
Thanks. Thank you.
A controlled performance certainly from France, but Wales, well, they have the daunting prospect now of Fiji, of course, who would run France close for the first half, and Argentina as well. It's going to be another tough game for Wales.
Yeah.
Well, we can hear now then from the Wales captain, Dewi Lake, again, who's with Dallin Stanford.
Another very tough 80 minutes, but you guys did shoulder all the way through to the end.
Yeah, that's the one thing we spoke about leading up to the game, is that you know, we're going to have to play for 80 minutes again. I think when we played them through Six Nations, we played for 60 minutes, and you know, we saw again 40 minutes in, 2 points in it, and I think that shows, you know, how we can play, and then, you know, credit to them towards the end, they caught us. And to get that bonus point try, credit to them. But you know, I think the boys showed what they can do. You know, I think we defended for most of the game, and it's always hard to do that, to defend for 80 minutes. So no, all credit to France for their attack.
You've picked up a few injuries as well, but you boys will shoulder on in the next game.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's a 5-game series. And with every game comes a chance to learn, and I think that's what we're going to have to do today. Of course, it's disappointing to lose a game, but you know, with Fiji coming up in 4 days, that's where we got to go again. So it's important for the boys now to get over the disappointment so that we can go our best against Fiji.
All the best for that clash.
Thank you very much.
Dewi Lake there, the Wales captain, with Dallin Stanford. Obviously disappointed, but a very measured delivery from him, knowing exactly what has to be done if they are to improve on their 7th position of last year. So this then is how Pool A has panned out following today's games. Argentina 41, Fiji 14 in the end, up in Santa Fe. And here, of course, confirmation, France 32, Wales 13. So France move out to 10 points in Pool A, with Argentina now in 2nd place on 6 points. And Wales, well, will have to do it again against Fiji next Wednesday up in Santa Fe. But for now, confirmation of the final scoreline here at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario, where it's finished France 32, Wales 13.